About a year ago, I did a YouTube video about a company that did some geoscans deep down under the Hawara Pyramid in Egypt. And they discovered data that showed the lost labyrinth of Egypt, deep, 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 many, many layers deep, underneath the Hawara Pyramid, exactly where Herodotus in history said that it was. And then recently, another company, an English company called Merlin Burrows, did a separate kind of satellite scan and also scanned underneath the Hawara Pyramid. But what I didn't realise is that both independent sets of data corroborate the same idea. They've both got really similar, if not exact, data points from two completely different types of data scanning. I will show you. This was the first set of geo scans that showed two very distinct levels and an absolute network rat run of interconnecting tunnels all underneath the bedrock around the Hawara Pyramid. And this is from the Merlin Burrows more recently released scans, also showing essentially the same kind of configuration. But what was interesting is both scans said that there are distinct and separate levels to the labyrinth appearing at 20 meters, 40 meters, 60 meters, 80 meters, and 100 meters. Now, in case you were still skeptical that there was anything under the ground at Hawara, this is all the way back in 2008. The original scan of the site was done by the Matterhorn project by Louis de Cordier, and he found that their equipment wasn't a geo scan. It was like an on-the-ground radar, LiDAR kind of scan. And they found layers, but not as deep. But they also found things that correlate exactly with the findings of the GeoScan and the Merlin Burrows scan. So this is an extract from the paper from the Hawara Matterhorn scanning project. I didn't understand what this was at first, but I've recently watched Uncharted X. He did a really big, like, hour-and-a-half deep dive onto all of the scans and all of the data, and he's made me understand what I'm looking at. So this is from the original Matterhorn scan. So the top layer here, this is like if you're looking underground from the side, right? And this green bit here is an old Roman town or Ptolemaic town. So that's nothing to do with the original labyrinth, but that's still all under there. There's like lots of higgledy-piggledy mud buildings and things like that. Then there is the water table, because currently the water table is really high in the area. Then there is the top of the labyrinth, of the underground labyrinth. And then under that, there are very, very distinct granite walls, some of them meters thick. So this is what we're looking at underground. So this is the top layer. And then obviously under that, at 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100 meters, there are more layers of this labyrinth. So we now have three completely separate, independent scans over the years on this site, all collaborating and confirming each other's findings to a specific degree. And just to make this even more exciting, on the Merlin Burrows scan, they have found at the very centre of the complex that's underground, they have found a huge tic-tac shaped metallic object. Huge. They don't know what it is. The scan results are saying that it's not granite, it's not stone, it's not wood. It's coming up as something metallic, but it is not a compound that they have seen on the scans before. And this company, Merlin Burrows, just to preface this, they work with geosatellite scanning. Wait, I'm going to get this right. They have a full CV of locating submarines, locating underground water, oil. Like, they have a full CV of where they use this tech, and they've actually scanned a site, found things deep underground. They are like a legit company, and they are saying that there is something at the underground in the labyrinth, huge 40-meter tic-tac shaped metallic object. I mean, my brain is instantly going, it's a spaceship, but let's hold our horses. We need to get underground at Hawara. If there is one thing that we do in this lifetime as humans, we need to investigate this ASAP.